What's going on, guys? We are now live from back at school from my new dorm room. Last year, if you guys watched the Q&A, when I was in my old dorm room, there was that nice view out of my window. Now I'm on the ground floor, so there's not really as nice of a view here, but I like the room, a little more space. I feel like I'm gonna find doing these a lot more enjoyable just because of the room and everything. Not that I didn't before, but I don't know, it's just nice being in a new place. So yeah. Just wanted to talk a little bit about this, what's upcoming for my YouTube channel while I'm back to school. But I first want to bring up some of the comments I got from the last Q&A I did about is jumping genetic, and also wanted to just throw in that I'm not doing a topic, any specific topic in this Q&A. I just wanted to kind of do an update, more thorough update than last Q&A on the schedule coming up that I'm gonna plan on doing while I'm back at school, and then also bring up the comments bring up some of the feedback from the last Q&A. So yeah, that's going to be that's what this Q&A is going to entail, and also, of course, answering your questions, any questions you guys have in the live stream. But yeah, so I'm going to bring up one comment from the last Q&A from Sea Lion. So if you guys didn't see the last Q&A, just a summary, I talked kind of about the two different sides that you can look at with jumping. Is one side, I guess, it'd be like the nature versus nurture. You could say like there's one side where you were born with I guess like a certain jumping window, and that's the highest you'll ever jump. And then the other side was adaptation, which is where you could train, work at jumping, and then over an extended period of time your body can adapt, and then you could increase your vertical from there. So one of the comments I got was from Sea Lion, and he said, I think jumping limit is genetic. For example, if you take an average person off the street and measure the vertical, obviously they can increase it with work. Where genetics come into play is how high you can physically increase it. And he said, as I mentioned before, I think anybody can get a 45-inch running vertical with very, very, very hard work. And I pretty much agree with that comment. But I mean, just the first part, like I think jumping there's a limit. There's a genetic limit. I talked about this with somebody else I'm going to bring up with one of the comments that he brought up, and then bring up my response to his, because I don't like to say that there's a set limit on how high somebody could jump, just because I feel like there's so many little things that can go into jumping that I feel like I'm not going to say nobody, but that it would take somebody a lot of time, money, effort, a lot of resources. If they had all these things available to them, it would take them, pretty much all of them, and working with them in like imperfect circumstances. So that's why I feel like that it's really hard to say that there's just like a limit on how high somebody can get their vertical. I just think because there's too many variables that can be perfected, that I feel like there's no really set limit on how high somebody could jump. I mean, that's like kind of my view on it. Not to say that somebody's vertical might kind of top off at a point, but I just don't think that there's ever just like a set point where it's like, okay, this is as high as somebody will ever jump, and that'll be it. So yeah, so that was Sea Lion, his comment. So I'm gonna bring up Park. There was another comment. He said, jumping is genetic like anything else. Sprinting, agility, strength, power, directly correlated to the amount of fast twitch to slow twitch a person is born with. Of course, with knowledge of strength training and reactivity training, people can convert their slow twitch muscles to fast twitch. I think a good amount of people can train to dunk, given they train smart and hard. Will they reach high 40s to low 50s? They will not. So I'm actually going to bring up the full, because Park and I kind of like had a back and forth from that comment that he left, and I just want to bring up the back and forth that we had. I mean, this was like, I was glad that I got even a couple comments on the last Q&A, because I mean, that's kind of what I want these Q&As to be about, is like a conversation, people giving their opinions, giving their views on the topics that I talk about in these Q&As. So that's why it's great that you guys, if you guys are in here, that if you guys are watching, that you're asking me questions, or that you're commenting, or just giving your guys' opinions, because it just starts conversation, and it keeps it interesting, and it's just good to get more than one side. So yeah, I'm just bringing up. Hey, what's up, Peter? How late is it over there? Peter. I feel like this is really late. Shout out to Peter. I'm pretty sure Peter's in Ireland, right? And it's probably really late right now over there. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay, so to that, wow, Peter said it's 2:35 a.m. Shout out to Peter for being up this late or early to watch this Q&A. So Park said, or I said, great input. I also believe that adapting is possible based on specific training. However, would you argue that with years of consistency, someone may reach 40 to 50-inch vertical? And to that, he said, yes, absolutely. People can, like you alluded to in the Q&A, people can adapt to their environment given a consistent stimulus and proper recovery to muscles. It's nice to be optimistic to think that anyone can reach an elite level such as high 40s, low 50s, given hard work and dedication. But I do believe at a certain point there is a genetic limitation. For example, people can train as hard as they can with all the abundant resources, properly structured workout regimen, optimal nutrition and recovery and training knowledge available to them, but they will still not come close to running as fast as Usain Bolt or even top 100 sprinters nationwide. That being said, I would not stop anyone from trying to achieve what people may perceive as impossible and maximize their full athletic potential. So that was his full response to the response I gave to his initial comment. And I said, well said, it's hard for me to put a limit on human potential, but your example about people training as hard as they can with all the resources they need, proper workout regimen, nutrition, etc., is hard to come by unless someone is a professional athlete and or can dedicate that amount of time and money to do those things or have those resources available to them or be in that environment. I said, but even then, complacency may come into the argument, and in that way, I put in quotes like full athletic potential may still never be reached. Either way, this all makes for a good discussion. And that was basically like the last comment that we went back and forth after he made his first initial comment. So yeah, that was just a good back and forth about the topic of is jumping genetic, and those were just a couple of the comments I got about that topic from the last Q&A. So yeah, I think I'm going to talk about the back to school thing I have in quotes, which is just like me going over pretty much what I mean, I'm not going to set like an exact schedule or anything, but just kind of what I foresee happening as I start my classes up and everything. I start in 3 days, Monday. So yeah, I think if you guys have been on my channel or watched my channel or previous videos, when I first started my YouTube channel, I was actually in school. I think it was October that I started. So October, it'll be a year that I've been on YouTube. So when I started my YouTube channel, I just did like a little intro video, and then I posted like 5 videos from just recording here at my school gym. And then that was basically like the start. And then I started to do like dunk progress videos, and then eventually did some like experimental videos where I just kind of tracked my day, and then like wrote everything down that went on during the day, did a dunk session, and then just kind of talked about it and kind of analyzed the dunk session afterwards. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to doing those experiments because I got a lot of good feedback on those videos. So I'll probably definitely work those experimental videos back in, and then I also think that I'll take the so what I was doing was I was taking the made dunks from those sessions, and I was basically making a monthly video called Dunk Progress, just like a Dunk Progress video. So I think I find that it was good that I was at school to do those videos because it was on the same rim. There was just a lot of consistency, and it was easy to see the progress when I was making those videos. So I think that's what I'm going to do is just go back to doing those 2 things and then start to incorporate some new things. Like I might do, I've had a lot of questions about doing tutorial type videos, like just jumping specific video, like jump technique videos. I'm gonna look really quick because I know I've had a couple videos about different tutorials. Like a depth jump tutorial, I was asked about that one. So yeah, I think I'll start to incorporate some of those tutorials, like maybe just start like a whole tutorial playlist if you know, and just see how those do and then go from there. But I mean, I would definitely take any of your guys' suggestions. If you have any, just leave them in any of the comments or message me. Feel free to message me on YouTube or Instagram. Just DM me. My Instagram is at LikeMikeBarrins if you guys want to send me a message on there for videos you guys want to see. Yeah, it's basically, I'm just going to start taking suggestions from you guys, what you guys want to see more of, and then also just maybe just start to play with some things and make new videos on maybe make new videos or a new video on something I haven't done before. So there's just like, there's some newness, and you guys could just see where I'm at with everything. Marco said, with your road to 50-inch vertical, do you mean running vertical? Because a 50-inch standing vertical is insane. Marcos, yeah, definitely running vertical. When I first set out to do the 50 or to achieve the 50-inch vertical, I specifically said that it was going to be running vertical. And I say that because I feel like a running vertical goes more with the type of dunking that I do. I do mostly off a lob and running. So with like a running approach, so I feel like training for a running vertical just has more carryover to dunking than just strictly trained like a touch vertical, or just a straight up and down vertical. I mean, it all helps. So I mean, if I'm working to increase my standing vertical, then I feel like my running vertical would improve as well. So I mean, I'm training basically just to optimize all aspects of jumping. Juan said, any goals for max 1 foot vert? I don't have any goals for max 1 foot vert. I mean, I guess just dunking off of 1 foot would be great. I've dunked. I mean, I could dunk 9.7 off of 1 foot, but I haven't dunked cleanly 10 foot or even, I don't even think 9.9 with 1 foot. So I guess with 1 foot, it would just be to keep improving it. Just so that way, I know if my 1 foot's improving, then my overall jumping is improving as well. So just to keep improving that and improving my right leg, continuing to strengthen my right leg, because that's definitely a weak point of mine too. Is my right leg in general, but jumping off my right leg is just awful. Peter, when's the next dunk session you're gonna upload on YouTube? Peter, so since I've been back at school, like I said, probably not the next video, because I still have one workout video to edit. Then after that video is going to be the next dunk session, which is going to be back at my school in the gym that you saw in the dunk progress video. So that's going to be the next dunk session video I'm going to upload. So it won't be the next video, but 99% sure it'll be like the next video. Not counting this Q&A either. So it'll be this Q&A and then a workout, the last workout that I did at home in that gym that people really like to see, that video, and then a dunk session video. So Peter, how has your progress been going? I'm also going to go through right now and answer more questions that I had on my YouTube channel. I got one, Batsky Chan, I think. He said, what's your standing reach? I've answered that a few times, but my standing reach is 7'4", 7'5". How much can I squat? This was from Louis Urushia. He said, how much do I squat? 90 degrees. And I said I've had the 500-pound box squat, which was 90 degrees or a little bit higher. So maybe not perfectly 90, but that was probably the heaviest. Not probably, that was the heaviest. Let's see. I got one from Jamin, I think that's how I pronounce his name, Jamin Brandt. He asked me, he said, how much would it cost for me to create a vertical jump program for him? And I mean, as of right now, like if anybody ever asked me to help them with their vertical jump or workouts or anything, like it's just all free for me. It's just from what I've experienced, what I've looked into, it's all just, I'll ask you questions like for Jamin, I asked him, you know, how old he was, what he, you know, if he'd ever injured himself, if like past workouts, you know, access to gym equipment, what sports he played, just stuff like that, just to kind of base and just to think through it in a way that, you know, I would know from again, like from research I've done or from my own life experiences, and then, you know, I give my best advice. Because again, like I don't really think that there's a one size fits all jump program. So that's why I ask those questions, and I'll just give my best advice based on that. So if you guys ever have any questions about jump programs or workouts or anything, just feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to answer your guys' questions about it. But Peter said, my progress is going really good. I'm dunking really clean on the hoop that I showed you. Oh, that's good. Are you still doing the, I forgot, you told me left, was it left, right, left-handed, or right, left, left-handed? Peter, yeah, just message me on Instagram, and I'll definitely help you with your vertical. Oh, let's see. Oh, I just found the comment. Somebody asked me, can you give a tutorial of 2-foot jumping? That was a question. Oh, and Peter said left, right, left-handed. Yeah, I definitely. So in that last 9-7 session, Peter, I tried that the left, right, left-handed, and it just felt really awkward. So I mean, it might be something like I work with just to maybe improve that aspect of jumping, but yeah, it did not feel. I didn't feel very coordinated with dunking left, right, left-handed. Let's see. Juan said, do you play any sports on the side as well, or just purely work on vert training? So Juan, I'll play basketball like maybe once or twice a week max, but other than that, it's just strictly to work on vertical and dunking. Because I mean, if you've ever, I mean, I'm sure if you've played basketball or anything, like you know how, like how much that takes out of you, and how, you know, how you feel like in terms of like fatigue and all that, just from playing basketball, you know, for a couple hours or something like that. So yeah, I just stick to pretty much mainly work like training and dunking, and then, you know, working in some recovery. That's why it just gets hard to like try and play. I feel like it's just, if you want to optimize jumping or, you know, training to just strictly get better at dunking or jumping, then it's kind of hard to optimize that while trying to like play a sport pretty like more than 3 times a week or something like that. Jeffrey Jack said, hello, everyone. What's up, Jeffrey? And Juan said, yeah, I know what you mean. As I've gotten more serious about my vert, I've done the same. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of, and that's kind of how it was for me too. Like I used to play basketball probably, I mean, more like 4 or 5 times a week. But then it's when I started to realize I needed to give my body time to recover from training and from jumping and dunking, it just kind of shifted to just focusing more on training, the training and jumping side of it. Jumping side of things, rather than, you know, putting more energy into actually playing basketball. So yeah, I just play basketball now just for fun, like once or twice a week. Jeffrey, yeah, Peter actually just asked me when I'm going to upload my next dunk session. That's going to be, so it's going to be the Q&A, so this Q&A, and then a workout, my last workout video that I did at home, and then I'm going to edit that, and then the next one's going to be a dunk session, because I'm back at school now. So if you, I guess I was talking about earlier, if you've seen any of the dunk progress videos, those are all from the gym at my school. So I'm going to go back to that rim and see how I've progressed over the summer and compared. So you guys will see that will be the next dunk session video that I put out, which will be, again, Q&A, workout video, and then that one. Juan said, how long do your dunk sessions typically last? My dunk sessions usually last no more than an hour. Probably like an hour max, because my warm-up will be like 20 to 25 minutes. I'll do some basically the same stuff you've seen in my workout videos. Like I'll do just like some band walks, the leg kicks on the wall, and then they'll just do some like shooting or dribbling or something just to continue to get warmed up, and then I'll just start jumping light and then start going like full out into the dunk session. So I feel like they've been getting longer since I've been like practicing more, but yeah, I feel like I jump optimally after probably like 45 minutes, 40, probably more like 40 minutes of being into a dunk session, counting the warm up. It'll be like I said, 20-25 minute warm up, and then the jumping just progresses throughout the dunk session. Then after probably like 50 minutes, it starts to decline a little bit. Jeffrey, you're welcome. Then I had a question from Jimmy. He asked me, is there a difference between training 1 foot versus 2 foot jumps? I jump off 1 foot and I find it harder to train. So I commented back and I said, I've talked about this before too, I mean in a way, but I just feel like if you're training to jump higher or increase your vertical, then whatever training you do is going to help you with whatever type of jumping it is. Whatever type of jumping feels natural to you, that's going to improve based on you gaining strength or challenging yourself in your training, or you seeing progression with your training. As long as you're applying that training and the strength and the gains that you've made from training into jumping, then however you jump is going to get better from that. But I said, there's ways you can strictly work 1 foot, if you really want to be specific. And the next video I post is going to be, I did like single leg hex bar deadlift. So I mean that's a way to single out one leg. And you could also work with like lunges or Romanian deadlifts or stuff like that to really single out one leg. But I just feel like if you're training and you're progressing with your training, and then you carry that over into your jumping and continue to work with your technique and everything with jumping, that you're going to improve no matter what across the board. So, because I mean, I've noticed, like with me, I've noticed that my 1 foot has been getting better because my 2 foot has also been getting better. So I don't ever see one getting better while the other one lacks. I just feel like whatever one you've trained more, like whatever one you've practiced more beforehand, that one's going to continue to get better. That one's going to continue to get better faster. But the weaker of the two jumps, I guess, jumping 2 leg compared to 1 leg, it's still gonna follow along and progress. Just might not be as fast as the one that you naturally have practiced more. Peter said, "Yo, you're 1 sub away from 900 subs." I know, it's crazy. I was just talking about at the beginning about how I haven't been on YouTube for a full year yet. I think a year is going to be October, and yeah, like Peter just mentioned, I'm close to 900 subs. So thank all you guys who have subscribed and have watched my channel and my videos and stuff. It's just crazy. Thank you guys for the support and everything. So just gonna continue to keep working, and hopefully that number keeps going up. But I really don't focus on, try not to focus on how many subscribers or anything I have. Just as long as I focus on getting better, putting out better content for you guys, hearing you guys' feedback, and doing these Q&As and talking to you guys and stuff, that that'll all just come with it. So just gotta keep working. Let's see. Oh yeah, and the last workout video I put out, I did it with commentary. So in the description, I just asked, like, how do you guys like these workouts with commentary? And Dunks for Christ actually reached out or commented, and he said, "Keep grinding. The commentary workouts are really cool. I would like to hear them more often." And then I got another comment that said, "Great video. Love the comment." This was from Zuggy778. He said, "Great video. Love the commentary over the workout." So I mean, I've only done a few workout videos with commentary, but I might try to work them in a little more to see how people like them, and just get some feedback on it, because I feel like doing the commentary I can talk through the workout and why I'm doing certain things in the workout and everything, so you guys could actually follow along with the exercises. So yeah, I might do a couple more of those to see what people think about them. Peter said, I'm on YouTube for 3 months and I have 157 subs. Well, Peter, that's not bad at all. I mean, let's see, if 12 months, you'd be pretty close, or you'd be over 900 subs by a year, I would think. Let's see, 3, 6, 4, 8. Yeah, that'd be really, I mean, you'd be 800, 900. Jeffrey Jack, did you make a 2-leg dunking approach video yet? I think that's why my vertical isn't as high. No, so Jeffrey, at the beginning of this Q&A, I talked about how I want to work in like a whole tutorial playlist. And since I just got back to school, I'm going to be doing like some new, I'm going to post like the experiment videos that I did before, and then also do the dunk progress ones, like once a month, like I was doing last year when I was at school. Not last year, but a few months ago when I was at school. But then I'm also going to work in like new videos, and one of them is gonna, or some of them are going to be tutorials, like a tutorial playlist to see how people like that too. So yeah, I'm going to do the 2-leg dunking, and then I also was asked about doing like a depth jump tutorial video. So those will probably be the first 2 tutorials I do. Juan said, do you plan on doing any dunk sessions with other people while at school, or do you typically prefer jumping alone? Juan, do you mean like dunking with people at school, or dunking, like going other places to dunk with people? Because I was playing with the idea of going back, of like visiting Florida, like during like a long weekend at school, just to go out there and you know, do another dunk session if they have like a big one again or something like that. But are you asking like about people here or going somewhere else? Peter said at school. I mean, I don't really know of anyone here that works on dunking. I've never like seen anybody working on dunking at school. I mean, technically you're not allowed to dunk on any of the rims at my school, but the gym I do it in is kind of hidden, and it's where there's not a lot of like staff or anything. So that's the gym I do it in. So I don't really ever see anyone working on dunking or anything. Juan said, just like dunk sessions at your school. I saw some videos from Florida, but I just meant while you're at college. Yeah, so like I just said, really dunking isn't allowed at the gyms at my school, so I don't really find anyone. I haven't found anyone yet like working on dunking or anything. So I mean, if I find someone, then yeah, I would do a dunk session with them. But pretty much I go at the most off times I can go dunk, so that way there's not a lot of staff, there's not as many, you know, students or anything in the gym. That way it's like I just know it'll be more open and stuff. But yeah, like I said, if I ever did find anyone dunking or anything, I would definitely do a dunk session. Let's see, I'm just gonna keep going through. Jeffrey said, what's your recommended diet for gaining vertical? Well, for gaining, I mean, like the way, first I'll just kind of describe my diet right now, because somebody else asked me about that from this past week, like what my nutrition, what do you say? What's my meal plan like? So right now just like with basics, I'm probably like carbs are 40%, 40 to 45%, protein 30, fat like 20%. So that's just kind of how my macros are spread out. But in terms of like nutrition and stuff, I mean, I literally just went like grocery shopping for like before for like the beginning of school and stuff, and I just got a bunch of fruit like bananas and stuff. It's actually in the freezer to make smoothies, and I have like protein and let me see what else I got. It's actually right next to me. Let's see what else I got. Let me just show you guys. I got some of these like for snacks. If you guys have ever had these, they're pretty good. Per 22 pieces, only 120 calories, 7 grams of fat, 4 protein, 15 carb, or yeah, 15 carbs. So not bad if you guys are looking for a snack. And I also have some kashi cereal, some other organic cereal. But then I also have been doing more like moderation stuff. Like I have like dark chocolate in my fridge right now. So yeah, I mean, if you guys are eating like not healthy stuff, I guess in moderation, it's not bad. But yeah, I would say my diet is like 80 to 90% of like the healthier food, more nutrient dense food, and then the other like 10 to 20 is, you know, like the chocolate or whatever. So yeah, that'd be my recommended diet, I guess, for gaining vertical. Just nutrient dense, higher carb, higher protein, lower fat, and then the moderation. Peter, what's the main muscles I should work? Jeffrey, you're welcome. What's the main muscles I should work for 2-foot jumping? Well, Peter, I don't know. I don't like to say that there's like a specific like or a main muscle you should work. I mean, I guess you could say your glutes and your hamstrings would be like the main muscles you should work, but you know, jumping is like a whole body movement. Like you're literally using your entire body to get off the ground. So I don't think there should be really any muscle that's neglected. But in terms of, like I said, yeah, like in terms of main muscles to work, it would definitely be like glute and hamstring dominant. Peter, you're welcome. Oh, and Jeffrey too. Like I was just drinking water. Like I know it sound like simple, but like drink a lot of water, because there's times where like I'll want to eat food, but I'll won't realize it, but I'll just be really thirsty, and then I'll go for water first, and I'll literally drink like a whole bottle like this because I was just dehydrated. But really, but at the time I thought I was hungry, but I just drank a whole thing of that. So yeah, also stay hydrated, drink plenty of water. But again, that might seem obvious, but you never know. Somebody asked me about East Bay and like when am I going to start to practice East Bay? That would be the next. I said once I get more consistent with like windmilling on 10 and stuff, that would be like the next thing I move to. Dunks with Brad. Would you be able to comment on my technique? Yeah. Do you have an Instagram? Dunks with Brad. If you could send like a video through that, I could definitely give you some feedback on it. And Peter said I drink a lot, maybe too much. I mean, it's not too much if you're practicing dunking and you're working out a lot or something, and losing a lot of water. Then I mean, it's not bad to drink a lot. Orlo said, "Great job with your channel, man. Question: do you jump/dunk the same number of days every week, or do you vary it from week to week?" Well, first of all, thank you for letting me know my channel is great, even though I know I still got a lot of work to do with it. But to your question, do you dunk the same number of days every week, or do you vary it from week to week? Really, with jumping or dunking, I would say most recently, meaning like this past summer, it's been mainly based off of like how I've been feeling, like in terms of like how my soreness is, like how often or how long I worked out, either like days prior, or I mean even the day of if I was thinking of dunking, or if I played basketball that week or something like that. I kind of based it off of how my body was feeling, and I was jumping on the days where I felt like my body was most optimal. So, but I feel like as I'm back at school, it's going to be more of like it's going to be a stricter schedule because I'll have to work around like my classes and stuff. So I'll probably, as I'm getting back into the school routine and everything with classes, then it'll be probably more or less the same number of days every week. So probably like, I'm probably gonna up it from what I was doing last year, or like last school year. So I think last school year I was dunking maybe twice a week tops, but this year I think I'm gonna push more to like 3 to 4 times a week, jumping, dunking, and then have like a couple days of working out and then like allow for a recovery day, or spread it out. So it's more jumping, dunking, a little less working out, but more quality working out, and then some recovery, or like 1 to 2 days tops of playing basketball, which that sounds like a lot. So I feel like the jumping is going to take the most out of me, and then it'll be working out and then playing basketball depending on how my body's feeling. Jeffrey said, should I work out daily until I get sore, or make a weekly plan? For example, work out on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and rest the other days. Well, I mean, if you're jumping, then working out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, yeah, it would just depend on like the days you're going to jump or dunk, or practice dunking. So I would kind of base it off that, and base it off of like your like fatigue levels, or how sore you are, and then maybe spread out your workout days to either like have a workout day, a recovery day, a jump day, and then a recovery day, and then a workout again, or workout, allow for a couple of days of recovery, and then jump or dunk. So maybe spread it out a little more, but I mean, that wouldn't be bad either. Like doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like say yeah, because that'd be hard to work like if you're gonna jump or dunk, it'd be hard to work around that unless you would jump, or unless one of your workouts would be a little less intense. So that way it's more of like an active recovery, so you have more energy going into your dunking day. I mean, really, it's all on how your body feels, and like how much time for recovery you want to allow before jumping or dunking, if you're working on that. Dunks with Brad. Yeah, I just saw your notification. So after this, I will look at your message and give you feedback. Orlo said, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm 35, 5'7", trying to get back at it. I mean, that's great. Like I think, Jamin, he asked me if 22 was too late to start a dunk journey, and I said, definitely not. Like, I don't know if you guys know Andy Nicholson. He's known as Over the Hill Dunker. He's like 40 something, I think, and he's still dunking and working at it. So definitely not too late to work at getting back to it, like you said. But thank you for that. Orlo said, you're definitely an inspiration. I love your attitude. Keep it up. Thank you. Jeffrey said, gotcha. Peter the Dunk Father. Oh yeah, he's also an inspiration. Orlo, no problem. Yeah, I have a lot of ideas, and like you say, you're definitely inspiration. Love your attitude. Keep it up. You say keep it up. You know, anytime somebody tells me like keep it up or keep going or whatever, like it's just, you know, it's like it's simple words from you guys, but I mean it really sticks and keeps me motivated to, like, you know, implement new things. You know, think of new ideas and just keep putting out better content and learning and growing. So again, thank you guys for the comments and conversation and everything. So yeah, I think I'm going to end the Q&A probably in the next 5 minutes here. If you guys have any other questions, just leave them in the chat right now. But that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this Q&A. So like the next Q&A, like these Q&As are still going to be on Friday. They're going to be, again, it's going to get stricter because I'm going to be in school and stuff. So look for them to be look for them to be at more of a set time. I know they've been kind of varied because I've been on summer break and stuff, but look for them to be more of at a set time and for more stuff coming out very soon. Juan said, when you're trying to peak and have your best jump day, do you typically rest 1 day, 2 days, or even more than that? Juan, usually I will, if I'm really trying to peak, I will rest 2 days. If I'm really like if it's like extreme, if I'm like extremely sore or something, then I might take a third day, but the third day might be more of like an active rest. Like it's very like I'll usually never take just 3 days straight of not doing anything. But if I'm really trying to hit a peak, it'll be like 2 days max. And even then, I won't be doing. It's not like I won't be doing anything. It'll be some type of active recovery, like at least some type of stretching or um, keeping basketball, like minimal, like playing basketball for a short time or something. Jeffrey said, "Thanks for your support. Thank you guys for the support." Peter said, "I do a leg day, then rest 2 days." Yeah, I feel like the 2 day recovery is a good amount of time if you're really trying to recover and hit a peak in your jumping. All right. I think I'm going to end the live stream here. I was just waiting to see if there's any more questions in the chat. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the live stream here. Again, stay tuned for, so the schedule coming up is going to be this Q&A will be posted. And then I'm going to post the last workout that I did while I was at home. And then the third video coming will be the dunk session being back at school. So stay tuned for all those things. And thank you guys for tuning into the live stream. Yeah, stay tuned for all that. And Peter said, "Can't wait for your dunk session." I can't wait to do it either. Like it's just great. Like it's gonna be great getting back to seeing like doing the dunk progress videos and stuff. Like I really found those helpful to just like see for myself like the progress, like in a video form and keeping track. I think I left off on like dunk progress month like 7 or 8. So it'll be cool to see those, to see that progress. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys later.